Hello there, boys and girls. My name is SidAlpha, and before we launch into this thing, because this is such an interesting release of a video game, I wanted to take a few moments, as I typically do, to talk to you guys real quick before we jump into the review. Now, as most of you know, I am not a young gamer by any means. I mean, I'm going to be, it's May 17th, 2016 right now. I'm going to be 37 on June 9th. I'm getting that fucking old. And so, as such, I was a teenager in the 90s. And this is very fortuitous for me because I remember this game. That's right, the one, the only, the greatest game to come out of the 90s, Doom. Doom, for those of you who aren't familiar with the original release of the series, originally came out in 1993 and is a science fiction horror-themed first-person shooter. And it is touted as one of the singularly most popular video games of all time and one of the most influential video games to come out ever. And it was, of course, in the early to mid 90s, one of the most popular video games around. I was but a wee lad of 15 years of age when it came out, and we played it incessantly, even to the point of doing a video of the game in speech class. We were doing a presentation about the game, and oddly enough, we were doing a presentation on how Doom would influence video game culture in the years to come. And it turns out we were 100% fucking right. And during the course of that speech, we also discussed how video game culture would become the prevalent culture at least in the United States, as opposed to what it was then, where, you know, nerds and geeks and gamers were very much in the minority. Now, most everyone's a fucking gamer, and it's a beautiful thing. And a lot of that is due to games like Doom. So when I found out that they were releasing a new version of Doom, where you got to step behind the fucking shotgun and a chainsaw as Doom Guy. That's right, the main character in Doom was never named except for in the, I believe, the graphical novels, and I believe there was a cartoon short or something like that where they had to name the character. But in the video games, they deliberately did not name the character because it was you. You were Doom Guy. But here we get to step back into the shoes of Doom Guy and battle once again the minions of hell. So I've been talking for way too fucking long, so let's jump right into the review. And first off, the options menu of Doom. Okay, here we are at the settings menu. We're going to go into the game options. First, we have, of course, campaign difficulty, which is I'm Too Young to Die, Hurt Me Plenty, or Ultra Violent. There are additional campaign difficulty modes that have to be unlocked. I keep it on Hurt Me Plenty because Ultraviolent is just psychotic, and I'm Too Young to Die is, come on, it's a Doom game, stop being such a pansy, that's why. We have auto switch, crosshair style, glory kill highlight, enable HUD, compass, boss health bar, interaction, blah 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 blah. That's mostly just gameplay stuff. Who cares about that? Controller. Now we don't exactly have rebindable buttons for the controller, but we do have different layouts that can be done to help you out along the way. That's not ideal, but it's better than nothing for those of you who want to play this type of game with a controller, although God knows why you would, because damn, man, you know, as is with any Xbox or PlayStation game, if you're using a controller, you're going to want the aim assist turned on, otherwise you're going to get friggin' annihilated. Mouse and keyboard, we have the key bindings, which are rebindable, every single one of them. And look at these fucking, of course, we've got the chainsaw, the BFG, which, for those of you who've never played a game before, a Doom game before, of course, means big fucking gun. Pistol, combat shotgun, plasma rifle, heavy assault rifle, rocket launcher, super shotgun, Gauss cannon, and chain gun. Oh my god. All of the old favorites are in there. That's right. I'm not going to have time to show all of them to you, unfortunately. But just to let you guys who are Doom fans know, Well, of course, if you are a Doom fan, you probably already bought the damn game. But if you're waiting for the reviews first, then just so you know, all the old favorites are there. We have master volume music, sound effects, voice volume, subtitles on or off, all perfectly acceptable. Video, here's where we start getting into some good stuff. We have windowed mode, full screen, monitor. I have multiple monitors, so it lets me choose which one. Aspect ratio, resolution, all the damn resolutions are there. VSync, adaptive, on or off. Anti-aliasing, TAA, FXAA, SMAA, TSSAA. Beautiful. Colorblind mode. Deuteranopia, Protanopia, I'm probably mispronouncing these, Tritanopia. So they do have a colorblind mode, which I always give props to the game developers and the publishers when they put colorblind options in a video game. God bless you for thinking ahead like that. That shows a company that's dedicated to their players right there. If you throw in a colorblind mode, you're being considerate to the consumer, and I fucking love that. Gamma correction, motion blur, chromatic aberration, field of view. That's right. You can increase or decrease your field of view. I recommend not setting this too high, though, unless you, especially if you don't have a super high-end graphics card. Increasing the field of view like that will definitely cause a little bit of chugging. Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep that. Advanced. Overall quality, of course, I set mine to Ultra, which it does run just fine on, and I'm running a GTX 970, not a super top-end graphics card, but not a bad one either, but my 970 is capable of running this game at 60 FPS stably and steadily with no problem at all. They did a decent job of optimizing here. Resolution scale, lights, shadow, player self, directional occlusion, decal quality, decal filtering, virtual, just so many options. There's nothing here that I can think of that they haven't included. It's a beautiful, well-rounded options menu. I find absolutely no fault with it. They really took their time with this, you guys, and it really shows in the video game. So let's get into, we're going to show some visuals of gameplay while I discuss the game itself. So, as I've been raving about, Doom is a reboot of the 1993 first-person shooter where you play as the hero many have simply named Doom Guy. Now, you start off with your character waking up in some sort of research facility on Mars where they were investigating demons from hell. Only hell got loose, and it's up to you to contain it. Now, not a whole lot of subtext there, but then again, it's fucking Doom. I'm giving it a little bit of a pass. Not a complete pass, but a partial one, as this is one of the most well-known video games of all fucking time. The overall gameplay is pretty straightforward as a first-person shooter and is very much a callback to the original style of the 90s style first-person shooters coupled with some much-needed modernization. Now, in this game, you won't have a HUD getting in your way or a map overlay holding your hand. No, in this game you're expected to pay attention as it will not coddle you in any way. But the game also isn't without its modern conveniences though, as you are able to call up a map menu, and the game does have a compass across the top of your screen with a directional point to help guide you to where you need to go in the campaign so you don't get completely lost, which can happen in this game. And that's okay. Now, Doom encourages you to explore each level thoroughly to find secrets and power-ups to be able to customize and improve your weaponry, which is done in meaningful ways that aren't completely overpowered. Now, the graphics in the game are quite good, really showing off the blood and the gore that can be found in the game. And make no mistake, there's plenty of gore to be found. Fair warning to parents, if you're worried about that type of thing, then don't buy this game. Doom is about battling the minions of hell, and it doesn't give a fuck about your delicate sensibilities, and neither does Doom Guy, as he grabs minions by the head, rips his jaw off, or uses the chainsaw to literally cut people in fucking half. Now, I also had the game running stably at 60 FPS, which is all my monitors can support, but it is capable of going higher if you wish. Also, with no glitches or noticeable bugs during my playthrough, this is one of the most stable AAA releases I've seen to come out in years, and it really shows off every aspect of the game how much care was put into it by ID Software. Now, these guys really flex their muscles with this game, and they should feel proud of what they've created here. Now, there is one thing that I do have a complaint about, and that is the story. Now, the story in this game does feel a little lackluster, and some of the decisions of the NPCs are downright idiotic at times and make no sense. Like deliberately trying to hinder you only to later be killed because of those decisions. The story as a whole, it felt hollow and unsatisfying, and I felt that if they spent as much time on the story as they had the rest of the game, they would have had something truly amazing here. Now, overall replayability, the game does feature a fully fleshed out multiplayer mode with tons of options and customizations to help keep you playing long after the campaign is finished, and the amount of secrets to be found in the levels themselves do warrant multiple playthroughs, even though the story itself isn't capable of propping up the campaign mode. However, whether you're a fan of multiplayer or not, there is good value in this game, and I have no problem recommending it at full retail price. Now, that is something that I don't normally say about a AAA title at launch. So to sum up, guys, Doom is a fantastic game. It's really amazing, and I don't normally do this, but I'm going to give it a numerical score of 9 out of 10. It is a fantastic game. It would have made a full 10 out of 10 on my rating system, except the story is a bit weak, and it really fell flat. And if they had done more with the storyline there, this would have been a game to which other first-person shooters would be compared. It's already pretty damn close to that as it is. And as such, guys, with how stable it is, how fun it is, the great gameplay, the mechanics, the upgrade mechanics of the weapons, the multiplayer, all of those different options make it a really good buy for this game, and I'm really glad to see a new game carrying on the title of Doom that's doing as fantastically well as this. ID Software should be commended for how well they did. It is a fantastic game, and if you don't own it yet, go out and buy it. You will not regret it if you are a fan of first-person shooters. Trust me. Okay, with that being said, guys, once again, I am SidAlpha. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to click all the buttons, do all the things in the typies, and I will see you next time. Hi there, boys and girls. Thanks for checking my video out. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button and maybe even that subscribe button. Trust me, it works really good. Don't forget to share with your friends, and if you're interested in following me on Twitter and Facebook, the links for that are in the description down below. I also have a Patreon if you're interested in helping to support the growth of my channel, and the link for that is down below as well. And once again, thanks for watching and supporting my channel, guys. I really appreciate it.